component called paint because I'm going to fetch the paint component first because I need to get its details before I can proceed with any operations involving paint in the system. This will give me the necessary information about available. I'm updating the component configuration with, I'm fetching the paint component's TypeScript file so I can understand its structure and functionality. I'm updating the paint component. Let me fetch the paint component's HTML file so I can see what UI elements I need to work with for this task. I'm starting fresh with no prior. I'm retrieving the paint components. I'm fetching the system logs to check. I'm retrieving the system logs to check for any recent errors or important events that might help me understand the current state of the system. This will give me a clearer picture of what's been happening before I proceed with any other actions. I'm launching a browser instance and navigating to the Paint application at localhost 4200/paint to perform a comprehensive page health check. I'll monitor for any console errors, page exceptions, and failed network requests while the page loads. Once the page is fully loaded, I'll collect diagnostic. I'm fetching the root endpoint to check what API resources are available. Since no specific endpoint was, I'm starting fresh with an empty call list since there are no specific API calls provided to execute yet. I'm launching a browser and navigating to the Paint application to test its functionality. I need to verify that the color picker is visible and functional by changing its value to red and checking. I'm launching a browser and navigating to the Paint application so I can check if the brush size input is visible. I'll wait up to 5 seconds for the range input to appear on the page before determining its visibility. Once I have the result, I'll clean up by, I'm checking the current user list to see who has access before proceeding with any task assignments. I'm launching a browser and navigating to the Paint application to check if the canvas element exists and is visible. I'll set up error handling to catch any timeouts while waiting for the canvas to appear. I'm launching a browser and navigating to the Paint application. I need to wait for the canvas to be visible before I can start drawing. Now I'm calculating the canvas coordinates and simulating mouse move. I'm starting fresh with no specific API called. I'm checking if there are any existing tasks or context I need to be aware of before proceeding. Since there's no payload or specific API call defined, I'll wait for the user to provide more details about what they need me to do.